care about her. Some donation. Oh, that's good.
One moment.
Charge it out. Little power goes a long way. Charge it out. Just a little spark.
What is it you like so much about ghost stories, Gianna?
Wow. Those stories are... How we confront our fears. How we explore and define them in a safe environment.
Don't they give you nightmares? The chills? After I hear a ghost story, I can't stop imagining something behind every strange noise or stray breeze.
Of course, but telling a story gives you power. Right. You get to choose when to hold back and when to be merciless.
Guess I'm more comfortable with things I can see. And shoot. if needed.
An animal. I'm answer. to grow comfortable with the unknown. But that would be challenging for a soldier.
And a sailor. When you spend months at the mercy of the sea, and whatever's in it, you learn a healthy fear of the unknown.
Can't say I blame you. I'm brave enough to tinker on souls, but the ocean? No thank you. Leave me out of it. The dream scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands. I keep trying, and the world keeps punishing me for it. As if the dream scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness. Let's hope it never comes to that. But when it does, I'll be at your side. It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives. You really think so? My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am. Not before I've done some reading.
Hope those... I've got a lot of memories here, and the longer I stayed away, the harder it felt to come back. Until you came along, I thought I'd be able to avoid it forever. Thirdborn's missing a lot of familiar faces. And the youngsters who've grown up and the new arrivals, they seem green, like they're cut from a different cloth, a more delicate one.
This plague is tearing everything apart at the seams. Healing may take years, if not generations.
Maybe you're both right. Thirdborns only survived because the people were tougher than the wilds. I just hope the people living behind those walls know how to keep them standing. So... holler if you need anything else.
För sig och fortfarande
Yes. What do you know? You know about snake bites?
All there is to know. What bit you?
I don't know. It just slithered out of my bedroll.
Listen to me, this is very important. Was its head flat or round?
Hard to say. Kind of star-shaped?
Okay. After it bit you, did it hold on or let go?
It held on and left a bruise in the shape of an eye.
You're in luck. That's an onlooker worm snake. Harmless, though legend says they're emissaries of Wow.
Wow. The god of mysteries and illusions sent me a snake?
Be glad it wasn't a shimmering dream beast. Those are nasty.
Well, the venom won't kill you, but you'll have some interesting nightmares.
Nightmares I can deal with. I wonder what it all means. Oh well. Perhaps I'm not meant to know. Thank you, Miles. I was worried for a second.
That's all of them. I don't care what anyone says. My people know how to build a blessed tower. Over there. Over there. Looks like a wounded person.
Envoy! Oh, thank the gods you came through.
You're lucky. If you'd been an inch taller, you'd be lying in a puddle of your own blood.
Some sneaky bastard put a dart trap in front of that door. Have you got any healing skills? A potion? Gods. Oh, that's a relief. Now I can get back to Eagle's Reach. Damn Thirdborn. Damn everything. I don't know. I knew the area was dangerous. Thought I was careful, but I just didn't see it. One moment fine, then this.
What's your business here? Spying, sabotage, or just causing trouble?
Captain Weingard wanted us to see what kind of shape the tower was in. Thought we could use it. The trap's got the others, though. So much for that idea. Whoever did it is probably up there planning their next move. You've got to finish this. Root them out. Captain Weingard thinks it's a better outpost than Eagle's Reach. Tall walls, narrow passages, hard for dream thralls to breach, you know? Anyway, I can't wait to get back to Eagle's Reach.
One moment.
You die to the trap, only to become a part of it. Morbid, but clever. If you must open that, just do it away from me.
This would be an excellent place for a series of traps.
Not saying a word.
One moment.
To make it back.
Like a staging area, which means we should be free of traps for a little while. One moment.
Still my heart. That did it. We could make short work of those bars with a little cleverness and force.
Hold on. Blind corner, long drop. If it were me, I'd put a trap right here. Look alive, Ayako. The wind's blown us more Adiran company.
Stop! Take one more step and mark my words, I'll cut you down.
We were told to bring supplies, but clearly you have something different in mind.
And I'll warn you, Ayako doesn't miss. Go on then. Identify yourself, Adiran. I trust an Adiran's word as far as I can throw it. Even if you mean well, your friends will be marching on us soon. We've been watching your outpost. We know you want this tower to control passage to Fjord. Adir showed us what they wanted the day they raised Fjord. It's every town for itself now.
Katoa, enough! Let's kill him and be done with it. That should send a message all the way to Paradise.
You what? Those took ages to set up. Now I've got to do it all again?
I'll help you. But first, we need to get rid of this loose end. If you don't kill him, I will.
We'll give you one last chance. Leave or die. We'll only... Parley with Adir? Not anymore.
Wherever your flags fly. Please. A mine Adir wanted to destroy in the first place.
But still, I don't know, Ayako. This Adiran's practically on our side.
Kutabao.
Well,
I don't like any of this, but fine. One chance. Do I make myself clear?
we'll clear out of this tower, but one whiff of Adiran's stink, and we'll be back. And don't think this means we trust you.
We'll remove the traps, for now. Call it a gesture of good faith.
We should get started, and you...
One moment.
red? Yeah.
Nice job, everyone. One moment.
Let's finish this. Let's go.
One moment.
Never have I seen magic shaped on such a scale. Yatsley would know what to do. She's resourceful. Good at squeezing into small places.
Sorry, the path's closed. Too many dream fields around. Can't come through here, Frank. Community's closed it off for fear. Sorry, the path's closed. Too many dream fields around.
This is where the captain told us to go.
One moment.
Holy gods! Someone actually came! Please, you have to help my friends! They're gods! They're monsters! No! You can help them! They were good people. And I can't, I'm not... Please, my gods. Thank you.
Think of it this way. They're already gone. We're just taking care of the remains.
One moment.
I couldn't do anything. I'm useless. But you helped them. They can rest now. How did you... Oh, Lagunu. But I thought he wanted us dead. I don't understand. Are the others... Are they alive? Yeah, he would. He always trusted the captain. They were close. He doesn't act bright, but Taue, he's canny. Something's going on.
That bad feeling in your gut? You have it for a reason. The least you can do is heed its warning.
Maybe it's time to stop. Stop running. Stop hiding. Turn and face things. Face Nagunu. All right. I'll go.
You won't have to look hard for courage.
Thank you. I thought after you left, I wasn't sure you were real. Who are you? Shouldn't be a problem. I don't... Maybe... Thank you.
I hope it works out for him.
One moment.
The Rowatine badge. Kai might want to see this.
Why can't the way forward in science ever be easy?
Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting to see anyone this far from Thirdborn. Are you... Your face! Those markings! They're incredible! I had a terrible time trying to find a guide in Thirdborn who'd take me here. But meeting you makes it all worth it. Oh, you have. Oh, you'll make a very interesting footnote. I'm a mycologist, you see. And I'm working on a compendium of the different types of fungus in the living lands. Sure enough, what happens as soon as I show up? A fungus-based illness. There's a riot of data out here. See? You understand.
Strictly speaking, the Dream Scourge is not a fungal infection, though at times it does resemble one. Trust me, it's far worse. Imagine a soul rotting from within, rampant with disease, alive, yet putrid.
Oh, really? Huh. Well, that's disappointing. Actually, since you're here, I'm having some trouble with the sporelings. I've devoted my whole life to my fungal friends. But I'm finding that the ambulatory ones aren't quite as, friendly. In fact, they're quite murderous. I'd normally be against harming them, but please kill the sporelings before they kill me. Thank you. Good luck.
Why can't the way forward in science ever be easy?
I saw everything. You taught that sporling a lesson it won't soon forget. Wait. That means it's safe. I am suddenly very busy.
Mycology is an exciting field. You study the mushrooms, and sometimes the mushrooms study you back.
When you were out in the Shark's Teeth, you didn't happen to find a badge belonging to Tama, did you? It sure is. Reminds me of old times. Long marches under the desert sun. Scouting runs through sandstorms so thick we had to tie our tunics over our mouths. It was sunburn on your top half and chafing on your bottom half. But, yeah, those were good days. And Tom, he'd wake us up before dawn with the most off-key singing you've ever heard and a pot of burnt merc brew. He kept us marching until we had sand in every orifice you can think of, and a few you didn't know you had. Just when it felt like we were going to collapse, he'd call it and we'd make camp. And somehow, we'd all find the energy for a few rounds of cards or songs. He did. About what? He's gone. Talking won't bring him back. Because I'm a glutton for punishment. Here's the truth. I led a patrol. We were ambushed. Tama came to our rescue, and he suffered a fatal wound in the process. We did our best to keep him in one piece while we hauled him back. He was the color of Emil's belly. The stubborn bastard made it all the way back to Thirdborn. We got him a sickbed, but we knew he didn't have long. Yeah. You ever had to watch someone fade away? When it's slow and agonizing? Nope. Then you know. It's like sitting still while someone drags rusty nails over your skin. Sitting there, I noticed that he was missing his badge. And all the time I'd known him, I'd never seen him take it off. Cruel irony, isn't it? He comes to our rescue, and in the process, he loses the thing that marks him as a soldier. I'm sorry, Envoy. I never thought I'd tell this story again. But there's something about the way you've led us, the clarity you've kept. Something about you that inspires confidence. Kind of like just having his badge in hand means more than you know. There's just one last thing I've got to do. There's a memorial site with some cairns on the cliffs east of Thirdborn. One of those cairns is Thomas. It's time I said goodbye. Careful. I usually count on my friends to be worse.
I once heard rumors about a cataclysm in the Deadfire. Something about the lost city of Ukaizo. Does that ring any bells?
The higher-ups with fancy hats were looking for it, but that was all above my rank.
But there was also talk of a broken machine. A device so large that it towered over the city.
It definitely sounds like the kind of thing the fancy hats would have been interested in. But why are you so curious about something on the other side of the world?
I have my reasons. Katoa and Hayako. An interesting pair. Despite their clumsy methods, they were just defending their community. I'm grateful that you showed restraint. They have a second chance, which is more than most get. I only bring it up because people are growing wary of your empire. With good reason. When they take their anger out on you, don't judge them too harshly. We all make mistakes. Anyway, just wanted to get that off my chest. Until next time.
I've been meaning to talk. I didn't think it was possible to talk them down, but you managed. Those two fought for Rautai in the Deadfire. They learned how to disrupt enemy movements and destroy supply lines. They'd have nipped and poked at your comrades at Eagle's Reach until Adir finally snapped back. At Thirdborn, most likely. All while the two of them remained secure and defended in their tower. Nor I, but this goes beyond defense. Thirdborn's under threat, but if loose cannons like them fire at everything that moves, they'll draw even more trouble to our walls.
They lash out like cornered animals, giving the steel go...
Still, better not to give them one. Do you really think any amount of chest thumping would turn away Ludwig and the Steel Garrote? Or the full force? The Living Lands is changing. If it's not that... get some rest on board.
So bad. What do I tell everyone back home?
Camp on one of these buttes, and you've got a defensible position.
Oh, praise Andre. Help at last. My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zords. I was so surprised, and it was so... Look, I can't face those... So... Well, yes, of course. You heard about Fior, right? But what's to stop the Steel Garrote from doing the same here? We have to be prepared to protect ourselves. Plus, Captain Ruiki's great-grandmother was a general. So we even had a real leader among us. Well, what else would you have us do? Enemies are at our door. The Zorbs have been getting closer to town recently. We just wanted to nip this. So can you just go? Oh, thank you. Please, we made badges together before we find those. Be sure.
traveler. Nothing to peddle here. Sorry, got to be on my way. That's a good question, my friend. Anywhere but here. The Adirans have taken Eagle's Reach. Thirdborn has the Dream Scourge. I tried to tell them my vapors would protect their minds from the change. They wouldn't listen. Nonsense! My grandfather sailed the high seas for 30 years, and he saw ancient remedies that far surpass our modern ones. But it's no use. Thirdborn's past. The better question is why you're not running from a soul plague. And I'm far too pressed for time to... Yours tonics and poultices for sale. It'll probably cure what ails. Yours tonics and poultices for sale. It'll probably cure what ails you.
Hey, you there. Got some interesting wares if you've got corn. Good. Looks like you're still in one piece. What can Ihaka get for you? I've built up quite a collection over the years. I've got an eye for quality. They are. I'm sure their owners were sorry to be relieved of them, but that's the way it is in this desert. Their loss is your gain. Hmm? You come by.
That's what'll happen to everyone in Thirdborn if we don't stop this.
One moment. Just wait. One moment.
Greetings and salutations, traveler. Welcome to our shop. Still a work in progress, of course, but once you stop being blurry, we can get to business. No, my vision's perfect. Just since I got bit by that giant spider, things have been blurry. It probably wasn't even venomous. The bite's not even that itchy. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Kalka can take a look at me once our business is concluded.
Unfortunately, I'm much better with things that aren't so alive. We can talk after you die, though.
I'm sure I'll be fine. Really, sounds like you worry too much. Really? Daiko sent you? Can I ask just what he expected? Did he think sending a messenger would make me forget what an ass he is? Oh, really? You just took a job? Daiko didn't tell you anything else? How dumb do you think I am? It's just like Daiko. Now that I've done all the he's always been like this ever since we were... Why? What part of illegal substances made you think speaking to the Tiranui was the best move? Why did you have to bring my brothers in? No one likes a pedant. This is what I get for mixing business and family. I thought that since Daiko and I were twins, we'd be similar. Now you tell me. You know what? It doesn't matter. As long as I get paid. Here's the package you wanted. That'll... I'm fine. Just a little woozy. It'll...
Aiko, did you forget the pitch again?
No, of course not. Our lovely customer just loved it so much, he wants to hear it again.
He means we find dream thralls who are already dead.
Only because we're too scared to kill them ourselves.
My friends!
Aiko, out of all the schemes you've cooked up, this is by far the dumbest.
Just inhale the substance sharply through your nose, and shortly after, you should see visions.
Sea blossoms, fields of stars. What does he know of how we dream?
Now, about... Will you really not pay me?
Aiko, the last time you got an enterprising streak, you were trying to pass off rotten eggs as Greengill Shark Road.
In that case, I thank you.
Just when I was worried, Thirdborn...
Oh, and be careful. Tell your friends. Actually, before you go, am I the only one who just lost their vision? Oh.
Yes, Kaka, you did several times.
Several times? Now I'll have to find someone else to let me dissect bodies we find. Take forever. Well, shit.
What do we do now?
Well, maybe if we're quick, the animators and viewer can fix them right up. Put them to work setting up their new farms.
I didn't know Aiko was interested in farming.
Alright, Aiko was about to be sensitive.
You know, the responsible thing would be to try a sample. To make sure it's safe, of course. I thought you'd never ask. Poor decisions and questionable substances with crewmates. Ah, this takes me back. Reminds me of the time I tried to buy chloral snuff in Deadfire. Pretty sure it was sawdust.
Next time, maybe mix it with a little mustard root.
Why do you cloud your eyes? Could we not have shown you these things?
What matters is... sharp. Drink balls everywhere.
What? What in Remergon's 10 frosty balls are you doing here? How did you even find this place? Well, I don't smell his rumstick flop sweat on the wings, so he can't be nearby. He must have sent you to do his dirty work. Go on, then. Try to kill me. I know that's why you're here. I knew that old drunk would come looking around eventually. He's been trying to kill me for years. The man's obsessed. Well, the old bastard needs to get himself a new hobby.
That's the trouble. He's got one.
A new hobby. That's funny. Now tell me what he really said. A little reunion. Cute. What did Tawa and Koa say to that? Naturally. Koa never saw a boot he wasn't keen to lick. And Koa? He's gotta be out of his mind. Well, my answer's the same either way. No. I'm sure he put on a good show for you. And shit, maybe he really is lonely. But I have no doubt he's been up in that little lighthouse of his in Thirdborn plotting our demise. So no, I won't share a drink with him, and you can tell him I said so. Surely hope so. So long. Don't let the door hit you. Careful, Long. I knew it. That's just his style. He's too much of a cat. Well, there's no fucking way I'm sharing a drink with him now. You mean poison him instead? Yeah. He knows, but how do I know I can trust you? We see things eye to eye. So long. Don't let the... I thought I... What do you want? I don't think so. Well, I don't... You might know. He's been trapped the man. Oh, we robbed him. Well, Koa and I robbed him. Thought I just stood around while we did it. I'm not sure he even noticed. He told you he was a merchant, right? Well, he lied to you. We used to run guns.
Above or below board?
Any way we could get him. When the powers that be were fighting over Deadfire, we'd buy or steal munitions from Rawatai and sell them to the Republics. After the mortar fell, Nagunu started looking for a new master, and found a number of willing souls in Adir. Then your countrymen brought those same guns to the Living Lands and pointed them back at me. Couldn't have that. So Koa and I helped Nagunu set up one last big deal. Stole the money, and dumped our hold into the sea. Sure, but when the plague's over, where do you think all those weapons would go? But that's old news, Envoy. Now tell me what he really said. What did Tawa and Koa say to that? Well, my answer's the same. I'm sure he could, but so no. Mike, sure. So, don't let... What? Goodbye.
Just like the good old days.
You've made this place safe again. Thank you. I'll stay for a while. Maybe I'll plant some seeds. Who knows? I hope the flowers bring him cheer, though. It must be so lonely there in the dark, and... I won't stay too long, I promise. I just wanted to spend some time with him. I didn't do enough of it when he was alive. Now, he's dead, and all I can do is give him flowers. It doesn't seem fair. None of this is fair. Thank you again. Be safe.
Why is this such a...
You take me.
One moment. Take a moment, people.
Never thought anything could contain that man, you know? That booming laugh, that bottomless appetite, boundless energy. Now he's under a pile of rocks. It doesn't, but I appreciate the effort. This is where you're supposed to distract me, lighten the mood with a wisecrack or something. Trying. I thought I was doing a pretty good job. There's something I didn't tell you about Thomas' death. Remember how I noticed he'd lost his badge? I went out. I told him I was going to go find it. He told me to stay. I said I'd be right back. I walked away, envoy, and I kept walking. Not since returning with you. Couldn't imagine anyone would be too happy to see me after everything. Now you know why I never went back to his house in Emerald Stair. Why I never came back to Thirdborn. At least I'm in good company. The truth is, traveling with you, Marius, getting to know Giada, it's felt easy. Too easy. I've gotten comfortable. You're so clear-headed, so easy to follow, that I've been able to fall in line and back you up. But I'm not that guy, envoy. I'm not a joiner. I'm good for a skirmish, some war stories, a few drinks, but I'm not someone you keep around. Come on, you know my story now. I let people down. Self-compassion. That's a bomb for outbursts and hangovers. I know what I am. But he's not here, and that is because of me. I'm finally owning that. What? No, I didn't. He died pulling my ass out of the fire, and I still let him face it alone. He was all those things. I never forgot it. I guess I stopped thinking of him as anything other than the dying man I left behind. I never realized I'd let my failure change the way I remembered him. One of the things I loved about Tom was how he gave us all a fresh start. No matter where we'd come from or what we'd done. I drifted to Paradise, but never thought about where I'd go from this. Tom always talked about the places he hoped to see. The islands of Deadfire, the tundras of Nasitok, the ancient cities of Old Valia. Maybe I ought to see some of those places for us both. As a traveler, not a soldier. Once we've stopped the Dream Scourge and dealt with the Steel Garrote. I've got some things to sort out, but...
One moment.
I still remember the first time I saw these dunes. In the heat haze, they looked just like waves.
It's better out here.
Who needs fabric? We still have stuff. Oh, you're back.
Don't. Welcome back. Wait, I recognize this packaging. Did you get these from Aiko?
If I were you, I'd have had a serious talk with my brother about boundaries.
How did you get these? My brother gave these to you? And he's... God's poor Aiko. I can't believe he's dead. Ah, guess I'm glad to see we got to empathy eventually. We saw some dream thralls outside of town, and we've previously dabbled in such things. So we thought that maybe something good could come of this affliction. And in these trying times... Sure, blame the merchant for following market trends. As a humble merchant, I was a little more reticent to go out and acquire base material. Aiko was more suited to the rough and tumble aspects than me anyway. Of course, once those materials were acquired, Aiko wrongly decided I hadn't done enough to deserve a share in the profits. He thinks he did all the hard work and I did nothing, so I shouldn't get a cut. But come on, we're family. We were. How did my brother? Oh gosh, it's that bad? Wait, did you open this? Did you try them? Well, if you're going to take the merchandise, the least you can do is tell me what... Wait, really? Are you sure?
No effect.
Great. I've got to thank you for your help, I guess. Oh, and, be sure to check out our new bereavement sale. Get discounts on qualifying items.
Not bad.
Welcome.
If you're looking for the captain and his... Mind taking these...
My favorite envoy! Thank you for bringing us back together. I only regret that dear Rana couldn't join us, but she was always a shy one. Nonsense, nonsense. You did more than I could have, and more than any of us salty old dogs deserve. Oh, but I nearly forgot. Did the
The captain promised us an aged rum. I can't have it.
Excellent, excellent. Here, envoy, a little something from my travels all those years ago. May it bring fortune to your journeys too. Now, make a toast for us. Give us all something more to drink to. To new times ahead.
To the heat. Nah. Not all wounds, Kenny. I wish Ramon were here.
Well, that was unexpected.
Oh, what's happened to Koa?
I think he's dead, boss.
Dead? Oh, it must have been his rum allergy. It was a toast to remember, envoy.
We just helped the captain kill us.
I'll never forget what you did for me.
That's actually really good.
Oh, you're back. What do you want? Really? Which one? One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. One less thing for me to worry. One less thing for... One less thing for me to worry about. Oh, wait. That's everything off the board, isn't it? Good job. Now, if you'll excuse...
Did you hear about Nagunu? They found him dead in the lighthouse.
The old guy from the swordfish. You're not kidding.
Someone snuck up there when he was sleeping and slit his throat.
Damn! Wonder what he did to deserve that.
I bet it was spies that got him.
During spies?
Did he ever tell you how they almost made him a citizen once?
You're thinking he knew too much.
They've got little bodies everywhere.
Godlike. Back already. Have you got the
Oh, quite the setup down there. If I had one criticism, it would be to maybe put fewer traps.
I'm impressed. Did you like my designs? Well, I'm glad somebody thinks so. Fools here didn't appreciate my talents until the Dream Scourge showed up.
Well, if you thought that was fun, I have some jagged flaming crevices in Galawain's tusks that you really enjoy.
Well, you managed well enough. Now, the heart. Damn that child to the depths! They were never supposed to know. I have the Dream Scourge. I'm starting to feel it in my bones. You'd think it comes on slowly. So slowly, I don't think folk realize until it's too late. I've got shakes, tremors that weren't there before. But the worst are the dreams. Sand swallowing Thirdborn. A garden, vines eating at old ruins. People say the Dream Scourge is a soul plague. I'm no fool. It's in my head, eating away at me. I saw it at the gates of Thirdborn. I don't want to hurt Chico. I'd hoped to go out quietly, but my Nikai is smart. I didn't realize they'd uncovered my plan. I want to die as myself. On my own.
Hasn't this place seen enough death? You gotta seize every moment you're given, old man. You owe that much to Chico. You gotta give him more of a goodbye than this.
Let the man die. Making him live with the Dream Scourge is far worse. You earned it, Omaku.
Thank you. Chico will mourn me, but he's...
The dying bud. Return.
Good luck. You'll need... Damn sickness is getting worse.
I know you just talked to my uncle. But You know what I do understand?
Sounds like I'm not needed here, man. I don't have the right...
Damn you. Everything was fine. I hope the sand swallowed you and you never...
The kid doesn't know what they're saying. Just let them grieve.
Oh, gods. And Adiran, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Adiran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why he's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you. No, Adir just supports her. In arms, politics, and kith.
I know you're upset, Timothy, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research as she burned my home. But you know that if this Adiran was untrustworthy, I'd kill him myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthralls siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir. Does she intend to raise our home as well?
Maybe worse. Ludwine's goons stole all my research on the godless back in Fjord, and now she's a little too interested in the godless ruins here.
What do you mean? Oh, gods. And she's going into the ruins to get it. Andre's depths. If I could help you, I would. The fact of the matter is, I'm in over my head already. I can't even protect the ruins myself. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscar. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringgrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatsley. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
Maybe even an entrance to the garden. We absolutely have to go inside and see for ourselves. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Cragholt. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up consulate.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwine wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Ringrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage. I didn't know they made adherents with such bravery. You never know what marvels you live to see. You're likely gonna die a very horrible death, but I pray Gallowayne will at least make it fast.
She clearly doesn't want to be found, but that just makes you want to look for her more, doesn't it?
When an Archmage like Ringgrim decides they don't want to be disturbed, they make sure of it. There are rumors she uses the bones of the ancient dead to guard her domain. It's definitely practical, I'll give her that. Although, I wonder if it's because she likes giving trespassers nightmares. I wouldn't blame you if you choose to run away. But, if you want to find Ringrim, head east of here, go past the Pargrunin ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yatsley, be careful. If Quilichi lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Timothy. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck. Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yatsley, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an Archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure...
Is there around
We're going into more creepy holes in the ground, aren't we?
Patience, darling. I'll meet you at the tavern. Patience, darling. I'll meet you at the tavern.
يا أخي ده ده عطي هيك مش مصدق يا شكرتني
Patience, darling. I'll meet you at the tavern. Yoo-hoo! Over here, dearie. Ah, there you are. It's rather rude of you to keep a lady waiting. I'll forgive you, though. It gave me a chance to dip into my notes about the Circle of Archmagic. One does not simply waltz into an Archmage's domain unprepared. Tell me, dearie, how much do you know about Ringreen? Oh, lovely. Then you know what we're up against. Oh, her spells are legendary. The Circle of Archmagi are the most powerful magical beings in Aeon. Whatever the reason, the fact that she's here at all is significant. Oh, just hideous. The Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. Oh, she's just brilliant. Well, Nakukubel is the largest of the godless ruins. It's still got its share of secrets. There must be something in there of interest to Ringrim. Probably something powerful. I knew I liked you, darling. I'll be with you every step of the way. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the Godless. They'll get to the garden first over their dead bodies. I can show you the way to Ringrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less likely she'll take notice. You'll need me to get you in the door, so who's staying behind?
I promise we'll get into the right amount of trouble.
Perfect. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh.
One moment.
For the camp of an official Adira envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course. I always ask nicely. But, as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind? I'm the only buyer you'll find here, and I already have the jar. A lesson for next time, darling. It's always worth some haggling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find. I've yet to be burned in a single flame trap, and I don't intend to start anytime soon. Fair guess, though. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire. That was my assumption as well. Eric's boss. It's nice to know I won't have to dumb things down with you. What is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end. Of course. Now I only burn those that deserve it, like mosquitoes and university administrators. The only lasting damage was my burn mark and the dreams. Nightmares are still dreams, Envoy. Just not ones you'd recommend to others. They're not nearly as enjoyable as my more provocative dreams. Well, just be sure to have a quick release knob if you ever make that fantasy reality. Someone should learn from my mistakes. I certainly have no intention to.
That's one use for rigging.
As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go? Oh, Envoy, might I steal a moment of your time? Well, it's the waiting that makes the payoff so delicious, don't you agree? I can't believe Fuhr's gone. A city of scientists, attacked for no reason. I'm going to personally find every Steel Garrote asshole and turn them to ash. I can't believe we were able to get as many out of town as we were. It's hard to think of it like that when everyone's homes and laboratories are gone, but we were. At least we were able to get everyone to safety. I don't know how things are in Paradise, but at least it's not on fire. I mean, I assume. Long enough that I trust her to do her best by everyone. You see, Emerald Stair has Naku today. For a young and aspiring godless scholar, it was a godsend, if you forgive the pun. And, as a young at heart godless scholar, I've traveled outside the stair to other ruins. That's how I met Temerti. Thirdborn's close to Naku Kubel. Girls gotta eat sometime. Who says I did? I still go out often. I've cataloged many ruins, but there are always more. And coming home to a warm weather. You should try it sometime, darling. Oh, part of it is my sparkling personality, of course. But a larger part of it is time. It's hard to hate someone when they drop by your lab with lunch after you've forgotten to eat again. It's so much easier to do when you're younger. Now, I enjoy eating and watching Quilici cook far too much. But our kitchen is gone now. So I'll have to wait far too long to properly see that side again. My mother always said that the way to a man's heart was through his stomach. Quilici and I got together the old-fashioned way, though. I saw a beautiful man across a smoky tavern. Then I dazzled him with my delightful personality. Then he showed me an abandoned room.
Are you joking? He's my mentor. Not to mention 1,000 years old.
Oh, no. They're both handsome humans, of course. He taught her a lot of what he knows. She spent days in our home. Literal 26-hour days. I still can't quite believe that everything it makes you wonder. Me? Well, I'll think of it.
Governor Yaxley. I like the sound of that.
Thank you, Envoy. I feel a little less... How... We've been traveling together for a little while. I just have to know. Did you purposefully choose such colorful company, or is that just what you attract naturally? I mean, I'm very clearly a delight, so it's obvious why you let me stick around. But Kai's hiding a lot behind that humor of his. Thinking that that could be Quilici in me is... not something I want to think about. And Marius... I don't know what... If he reaches out... As for Giada... Well, clearly Giada is a gem. As for me... Well, I'm just as riveting as you, but the boys are giving me a run for my money. It is a lovely little perk, isn't it? But so is the ability to actually talk to any you meet. Don't discount it. You do strike me as a people person. Tell me, do you get along with all you meet? So, you'll be swarmed by will-wishers then, upon arriving home? And here I thought I had a wild youth exploring ruins. You might be putting me to shame, dearie. Quilici is quite good at knowing when to be sweet and when to be sour.
Yatsli, that's my surrogate father you're talking about? Spare my imagination, if you please.
Oh, you knew the risks when you came over uninvited, darling. It's on your head. Well, you've satisfied my curiosity. Style of fighting, I mean. Your fashion sense is more opaque. But listening to your incantations, they could use some tightening up. I could probably teach you a thing or two, if you're up for it. What do you say? How about I show you a little bit of everything? What? Out of breath already? Talk to one of the boys. See if they can help with your stamina, dear. Well, I've taught you all I can. Let's hope you put it to good use.
Yonatan.
I beg your pardon?
Huh? You sneezed. Yonatan.
Yonatan. Is it supposed to sound like a sneeze?
How should I know?
Thank you, dear. I think I just got some perfume ingredients stuck in my nose.
Right. Just be careful. There's something going around the camp. I think Kyle caught some kind of...
Yonatan. I wish we could have done more for them. Capo and Chico, I mean. But if I were in his shoes, I hope I'd make the same choice. Though I'd like to pick a more fun way to die. Of course. Even when it's expected, or even preferable, it's always a tragedy. I can only hope that at the end I have some control over things. That I can go out as Yatsui. And don't you forget it. But it gives you something to think about. I mean, not everyone gets to come back like you did, Envoy. Well, that's all I have. Unless there's some... How can I help? These sudden changes in climate always mess with my coiffure. Does Adir have good fur maintenance products? Do you have a contact for that? Hard to keep up your routine when your home burns down, Envoy. And I'll remember that comment. Truly, just a good long brushing through all my fur alone would do wonders. I've got some time before we see Quilici again, at least. It'll give me time to find something to remind him of what he's missing. In life, you make your own entertainment. I enjoy scandalizing the small-minded when I can. Quilici and I got used to the stairs early on. Thankfully, at least in Fjord, those stopped eventually. After 30 years, it's hard to still be surprised by us just drinking at the Magpie. Oh, she was still young. Quilici offered to help her study for and prepare her thesis as a favor to her parents. She was over day and night for months, and, well, now she's family. We adore her. All things considered, it's hard to complain about my life in Fjord. No, of course not. No one is perfect, but I forgive him many vices. Like, he sleeps with his socks on.
Right. How do you suggest we keep our feet warm at night? Light little fires between our toes?
You're too sweet. As much as I enjoy our... Oh, but if you do end up finding any liniments, be sure to help a girl. Well, I suppose you've earned that much. And I do enjoy rewarding tenacity. Though between your dreams and mine, it's a wonder anyone gets any sleep around here. You remember that I nearly burned my family home down when I was young? How do you think I got this scar on my shoulder? I could have sworn I told you this before.
That old chestnut gets more interesting every time she tells it.
No matter. To make a short story shorter, I maimed my arm and nearly turned my home into ash. I wish that was the last time my home burned before my eyes, but your countrymen made a mess of that. Anyway, my parents were able to stop me before the home was completely lost. Small comfort to my parents, of course. Well, it started at first with a fire. Just flames, crackling, and a feeling of safety. I thought it was a little weird, but nice. But then the dream kept coming back, night after night. I learned more every time. I saw that it was a fire in a hearth, and that hearth was in an old library. I assumed it was a library, at least, to explain why there were so many tablets lining the walls. A man after my own heart. In the library, there's just one person, but they're wearing a hood, so I never see their face. They do the same thing every night. They curl up in a chair by the fire, hold a tablet to their chest, and then the fear comes. The paralyzing, all-encompassing fear of something. Just the noise. A low, deep banging starts, and it rattles through your bones and shakes you to your core. And it replaces the beat of your heart with this droning on and on and on until you forget every other sound you've ever heard.
A beat. Still feet on the shore. They come by night.
And then, as it just gets louder and louder, and right before it gets there, I wake up.
You've been listening to too many of Giada's ghost stories.
And let me tell you, waking up in a cold sweat does nothing for my fur. How sibilant. No. Just that it's all-encompassing. It's strange. I've not told many of the details of my dream. I suppose I must like you quite a bit, Envoy. Don't let it inflate your ego too much. I suppose we should try and get some rest now. Do you think those Adirans were onto something? Or were they onto something before you ended their studies? Do you think they could have cured the Dream Scourge? I think it was worth a try, at least. I just hope we made the right decision. I suppose you're right. We missed an opportunity to learn more, and we won't get such a chance again. I hate to see it slip through our fingers. Had you left them to their own devices, who knows what we would have gained. A cure might sound far-fetched, but what if they found treatments for the Dream Scourge? And even other ailments? But, well, that's all I had to say. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing. Unless there's something else you want to chat about? How can I help, darling? Careful what you wish for, darling. So, the Godless, or the Akita, as they called themselves, were the original folks who lived in the Living Lands. They arrived on the shores of a new land and settled there, living with the land instead of trying to tame it. You sound certain. Well, that would align with my own findings, but how could you know? Does that happen a lot? Well, sounds like fun. But dubious metaphysics notwithstanding, you corroborate my theory. The Godless are so singular. Their art and architecture, but in their artwork, they reference escaping, fleeing. My guess, they originally came from Yesura. Yesura, a continent, cut off from the rest of the world, hidden by eternal storms, one of the 3 hubs of the Anguithan Empire. 10 years ago, you could say it wasn't real, that it was a dream, but they said the same of Ukaiso. Suddenly, the appearance of a mythical land doesn't seem so implausible. There was some kind of schism, an ideological one. From what I can glean, the Godless were staunchly against the gods, hence their name. There are even some not-so-kind murals of the god. It seems like the Godless really took their anti-theism seriously. I know. Well, help you out. Tired already, are you? Well, I'll see you in the morning.
So, listening to Yatsley's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else. Well, don't you think it's a little convenient? You need to go somewhere no one ever goes, and here she is to show you the way. If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then. Bother. P.T.16. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Annie. Until next time. I suppose if you're on a wild goose chase, there are worse places to do it. At least I know how to deal with those sorts of things. Rope, lantern, extra water skins. Yatsley's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows? How come the answers are never in a little oasis with shade and drink service? I just want to make sure we've covered all the options before we dive headfirst into another deadly ruin. I'm sure we'll be fine. Annie. We already talked about Kai. Did you... Giada's a mystery to me. Animancers give me the Vreekus, and for good reason. Most of them would just as soon turn your soul into jewelry as look at you. Giada seems different. She's smart, thoughtful, and she's got a spine, too. You can tell when someone needs extra help out here, and she doesn't. So, yeah, I don't understand her, but I guess I don't have to. Ask her. I don't trust her any further than I could throw her, which honestly isn't that far. She actually goes down into these ruins on purpose, and now she's trying to lead us to the garden. Might as well be searching for WoW's wacky wagon of mysteries. I'm sure she... Thanks for talking.
Listen, thank you for visiting Tama's memorial with me. I didn't think I'd ever trust someone the way I trusted him. But both of you have a clarity of purpose I've never seen in anyone else. I'm happy to be proven wrong. I know. I'd forgotten what that feels like. Like I just woke up with a hangover. Every feeling, every memory I tried to keep a lid on is sloshing around. I'm struggling to keep my balance. But I'm also remembering moments I hadn't let myself think on in a long time. Feeling warmth I couldn't get close to. It's a process.
We think of grief as a burden, as something to be conquered. After a while, it gets to be so familiar, it's almost a source of comfort.
I wish this were another burden to conquer. That would feel easier. It's hard to imagine grief ever being a comfort. But I'll have to take your word for it.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Thanks. I'll get there. And thank you. Yeah, it was tough to see him like this. He'd just given up, and we let him do it. He still had time, and he should have held on to every minute of it. For Chico's sake, you helped me come to terms with... I just worry we've robbed Chico of that. Maybe so. Night, envoy. Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place. But that's what I'm trying to nail down. Do you ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller? And home just wasn't the same. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, Tom. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars. Me too. Being back. It felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death. Yeah. But I thought age was supposed to bring wisdom. Something to balance out the back pains and creaky knees. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adio is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temeriti's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving? For a while, I suppose. Eventually, you need more. For the longest time, I was just running from Tama's death. Thanks to you, I'm starting to think about what I might head towards. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. You've been consistent. You brought Eagwolf to Adir's justice, and the Steel the Rope's attack on Fjord went forward. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides? That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I can take watch. I'll be up a while anyway.
Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatsley. In many ways, Quilici has been like a second father to me. But Yatsley, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good. Well, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins? She's a smart one. I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet. Thanks for talking.
Seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be home, safe. A name given to the land, not asked for. You see why the parasites are loathed? The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the bird song. The dam falls. The river returns to its source. It is how the land was and should always be. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again. Efforts paid in blood. They lie to the earth, to themselves. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot. The spider devours her mate to lay her eggs. We ponder, dream of shift.
This is too weird not to be going into an Archmage's domain.
Okay.
Singing sand, we feel the essence seep from the ruins. The teeth and the dunes roll before us. We have questions still. The lion wheels, a blight before it, spells and suspicion at its back. What ruled the land alone now seeks the safety of the pride. Let the vulture feed once, and the flock will never leave. We feel the people of Thirdborn huddle together in the dark. We smell desperation, panic. Then, the seasons change. They turn to each other. The rose does not depend on the moss to survive. We look deeper. Our limbs sift through the sand. What do you know of this? For years, we watched the Akita share their food and tie their hands. Gifts, promises. Why do they undertake these rituals? Still, the word eludes our grasp. Receive the ocean in a drop. Do its waves sing to you? Home, comfort, a hearth. We had forgotten. New leaves reach the impenetrable clay. A bush unfurls amid the suffering and strife and blooms. Nothing should live here. How can it sprout? From what well does it spring? Four arms build together, a fence made stronger, peace restored. We have learned much. Dream of shimmering scales as we rest.
¿Cuál es la? خطرت كلمة بيروتيك
مباراة أخرى، تفاصيل أخرى، بالدقيقة 20 بالكيس آخر، وريال أيضا آخر. رجع الكرة رودريغيز على مرمى تيمو كورتوا. يمشي الكرة
اعتقد من الجاكو اخر الصيد اخر ما تبدا كانت انتوني بقى انتوني
متى سيتعثر ريال مدريد دائما وابدا قبل مباراة الشمس. ضربت في جدار هاي ركنية، مرة أخرى ركنية ثانية ما نشوفهاش كيف ضربت في الجدار.
نازل
ضربت في أحد اللاعبين. الكرة تمشي لبيتيس، الكرة تفتح عنوان فشل وعلى عنوان تماس أو ركنية، ركنية يسار انتقلت وستأتي من اليمين، يدخل كامافينجا ويدخل أردا كولر وبالتالي لا تنتج. تقرأ ممكن التغييرات، ممكن يخرج إبراهيم يدخل أردا في الوسط. من سيغادر؟ هل هو مودريتش يدخل كامافينجا؟ صنر الكرة تمشي الروسية يبقى الريال حي ما سيبلتش. 18 دقيقة لعب في الشوط الثاني، بيتيس 2 مدريد 1. مرة أخرى يدخل الريال بينالتي. نعم أربعة مدير الريال كامافينجا نتيجة على بعض رجعت شوية أسرع. مباراة مصرية يا شباب.
This is it. Ringo was definitely here.
I had a feeling. Those tortured ice corpses felt like a sign saying, insane wizard ahead.
Yes, but look at them. The artistry is sublime. Can you imagine having enough finesse to make all this?
Right. You can really feel the soul-wrenching terror. It's almost like being there. Don't like it. Thought I might get used to it standing here, but nope.
A spell. And a very clever one. Ringrim's using her illusions to make people choose to stay away. Everyone except us. Of course I probably can. All spells have a counter. You just have to know what it is. But we can figure that out later. Right now? Precisely. Chances are we'll die. But if we don't, we stop Ludwig and get into the ruins. So, win-win.
This is the first time I've ever heard anyone describe dying as a win.
Let's get go-
I feel like these faces are watching me. Don't love it.
That's done. Look, it's on.
I am not gonna lie and pretend I'm loving this icy wasteland we're wandering around in.
Stay close. Ringo is trying to scare us off. We won't let her leave.
One moment.
Frosty, well. I'm covered in fur and even I'm freezing. Are her illusions really so powerful? It's just a trick, Conway. You have to it. Hold the truck. Keep moving. Beautiful specimen. I'm a student of Zogger's. Brilliant.
Do you know what this moment calls? That lingers in the mind.
لا ترى
على باب فينال كوبا ديل ري موجود في دور 16 للشامبيونز بعد قرعة صعيبة من مانشستر سيتي موجود قبل جولة الليلة في الصدارة مع برشلونة اسم كان لقب واللي هو السوبر والكتالوني ولكن رغم كل هذا النتائج موجودة لكن غير عنده مشكلة لو لاحظتم معي ما عندوش الاستمرارية يعمل 4 سطور باهيين ويعمل سطر كتابة سيئة لازم بعد 3 ماتشات بس هذا لازم عشان كورة لبيتيس صعب الميراث لبيتيس رودريجيز يمشي كورة
You wish to follow me? You'll have to wait until I take this tale.
Any plans for getting up into that tower? Last I checked, none of us can fly.
There's got to be a way. Let's snoop around.
Land shaped in the dreamer's image, not with stone or axe, but with essence. Songs of ancient magic. Could we sing to them?
A very important statue fell to pieces, and an entire village perished because it wouldn't put the statue back together again.
Oh good, skeletons. Just the thing to brighten up the place.
Restore the statue. I will see you in some time.
I don't get it. Why not just kill us? Why the pageantry?